I think we should kick it off by arguing about who's kicking it off.
Well, we've already fucking started now.
You're kicking it off.
I'm kicking it off.
But I talked first, so technically I kicked it off.
You've already kicked it off.
Welcome to the Combat Corner.
It's going to be a good one, ladies and gentlemen. Jack and Zach, I should say.
Yeah. This is Kobe.
My name's Kobe.
That's him.
This is Jackson.
And my name's Jackson.
This one. That guy right there is Jackson.
And we welcome you to this official broadcast of the breakdown of UFC Fight Night Blanchfield versus Foirot.
Foirot, I think it is. He's French.
Foirot.
Yeah, today we'll be talking about that. It's a pretty good card, to be fair. We'll be breaking it down, giving you our betting picks.
We'll also be breaking down the movie
Roadhouse.
That is Roadhouse.
We both watched it, bought Amazon Prime. The marketing works. All of the MMA fans now have a subscription to Amazon Prime.
I'm 7-day trialing it. That's all I'm doing.
Oh, you really?
Yeah,
okay.
puppy.
It's actually pretty good. It's only $5. It's a pretty fucking cheap thing.
$5?
Pretty sure it's $5.
Mine was $10.
Oh, well, maybe it's gone up since
we will be drinking
Dr. Pepper.
Some Dr. Pepper. Cherry flavor.
Established in 1998, this one.
Amazingly smooth.
Amazingly, it's got Sot, Belko, Lime, Tim Kukri.
Me too.
So anyway, let's get into the show, guys. See you later.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Combat Corner.
Crack.
Oh, that was one of the best ones yet.
I think so. It's got some real fizz to it, doesn't it? This has 5% of my daily energy intake.
Nice.
That's not a hell of a lot, really. There's not much I can read off of this can, Kobe. Where did you buy this from?
Got it from the dairy.
Overseas? Was this German?
Don't know. Where's the doctor from? That's interesting. Flavor. Running outside in Dr. Pepper. What's that song? Have each other.
Umbrella.
Stay under my Dr. Pepper.
By Rihanna.
Yeah. Hey guys, welcome to the show. So we're drinking Dr. Pepper today. We'll be breaking that down later. Fight card. Blanchfield.
Yeah.
Fight card. Blanchfield. Aaron Blanchfield versus Manon Foirot. Pretty good fight in the women's flyweight division. Some serious title contention promises probably on this fight, I'd say. I'd say who wins this probably gets a title fight. Just shut the fuck up.
I didn't say anything.
I'm going to knee you. I believe the winner of this fight will get a title shot. And I think this is a pretty damn interesting fight at the flyweight division.
Wow.
Manon Foirot's last fight, she beat Rose Namajunas. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Blanchfield.
Oh, yes, I did. We talked about that.
We did talk about it.
Last week.
Yeah, well done. You remembered. Aaron Blanchfield, cold-blooded, cool nickname that she's got. She's been on a very long winning streak. She's been in the UFC for quite a while now. Demolishing Molly McCann, that was great. I loved that one. Then she's also beaten Jessica Andrade by submission and Talia Santos. She's getting pretty undeniable at this point, I believe. Mm-hmm. A win against Foirot will definitely solidify her as the next contender for the women's flyweight division title. But it's not going to be any easy feat. Beating Foirot, the beast. Also on a very long winning streak. This is honestly a really good fight. Women's fights usually a little bit disappointing. The previous fight night, Rose Namajunas against Amanda Ribas. The previous fight night. See what I did there?
Yeah, nice.
That's a shitter.
Because that has happened already.
It's already happened.
Yeah.
And we know the result.
We do.
And it's a shame for the fighter who lost. But congratulations to the one who won.
Yeah.
It was an impressive victory.
But bother talking about it now because we've already broken it down at this point, haven't we?
Already broken that one down. You guys can go watch our previous episode that we recorded previous to this. Not. You can make your own assumptions on this conversation.
We're not banking.
Look, this is actually a really good fight, and I know it's another women's fight, headliner, lower weight class. These two guys are at the very top of the flyweight division in the women's.
These guys,
these two females,
these kids,
fee guys. I think that's what we're calling them now.
Fee guys.
What's the opposite of a guy? It's a fee guy.
Figo?
Yeah, like
A
a
gal.
female, male.
I thought a
female.
gal.
Oh, gal.
Guys
Gal
and
them.
gals.
Batty gal them.
Batty
These
gal.
two batty gal them flyweights. Look, they've been some top people. They really have. I'm more impressed with Blanchfield. She's been finishing a lot of her fights.
Yeah,
So
whereas
young.
Foirot is more on a bit of a decision streak, isn't she?
She is. 34. So she's older
Okay.
by 10 years, which is quite insane. But for a 24-year-old to do what she's done, how she's done it to the likes of Miranda Maverick, that was a close fight, but she got that done. Miranda
Blanchfield
Maverick,
only 24.
yeah,
Damn.
I know, it's super impressive, eh?
She's got more fights than Foirot.
Yep.
I'm going to keep changing how I say that throughout the
Byron,
Byron.
Figo.
Figo.
So yeah,
Mario.
Rob Font versus Aaron. Fucking hell. But like, yeah, fucking Molly McCann demolished Molly the Meatball, turned her into fucking mince. Andrade
Mean.
Santos, Andrade submitting Andrade at the age of 23 at the time is very impressive. This girl's got a very long way to go, whether she wins this or not, and gets the title fight next.
Yeah.
I think she's going to get it done. I think she's going to get the submission. Her wrestling is just levels above most in this division.
What happened to your thumb?
We're talking about the fight here, aren't we?
Yeah, but it's distracting me. Your
You know what
thumb's
happened.
gone blackface.
Well, I cut it on a cheese grater. I was grating cheese, and it fucking
Yeah, okay.
sliced a chunk of my finger off.
Ow.
Bled a lot, but it's just taped up because I had jiu-jitsu, and whenever it's kind of healed-ish, but when you when you cut yourself and you rub the like open wound against something and it feels like horrible.
Yeah.
It's just like that weird feeling. So I've taped it up.
Nice.
And I've taped it up like this so the plaster doesn't fall off.
Do you not have any white tape?
No, this is the only tape I've got.
Wow. Okay.
I'm not going to go out and buy new tape.
Well.
Why?
yeah,
What's wrong with this?
Just looks a bit cheeky, doesn't it?
How
Looks
does
like-
it look cheeky
I don't know.
at
It
all?
just looks a little
What's
bit.
wrong with it? Tell me. Explain.
No. Should we? So you're saying Blanchfield.
I'm saying Blanchfield.
What round are you saying she's going to submit?
I think she's going to take her into the later rounds. I don't think Rob Font is a pushover by any means.
Yeah.
You know, he's on a winning streak now. Foirot is not a pushover by any means. You know, you've got to be pretty damn good to beat Rose Namajunas in the impressive fashion that she did. Although Rose did break her foot or her hand, I can't remember, in that fight early on. Look, I see Erin Blanchfield getting this done and probably getting it done in the 4th or 5th round by submission. I think Foirot might have some early success, but I think we'll see a takeover 3rd, 4th round.
Tight.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Get it done. What are you thinking, Mr. Bald Man?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you. Yeah, I got a haircut. Got it all shaved off again.
Looks good.
Shout out to the white man. That is Will.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Blanchfield will get it done as well. I would like to see her get it done. I'd like to see a young champ, you know.
Be an interesting matchup, her against Grasso or Shevchenko.
Yeah.
Because they're obviously fighting again.
That will be a very tough fight for her. Experience-wise, like, a long way
yeah.
off either of those. But
But then again, like, she comes out of this pretty fresh,
that's right.
goes straight into this fight. They've had 3 tough fights together in a row.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whoever comes out on the end of it,
Uh-huh.
they're going to be a bit worn out probably,
Mhm.
you know? So she's fresh, she's hungry. I presume she's hungry. I'm guessing she's probably cutting weight right now.
Yeah, if I
So
was flyweight, I'd be pretty hungry.
she's flyweight and she's cutting weight, so she's got to be starving right now.
Very hungry.
Yeah, 24. That's so impressive. She's younger than me. Is she younger than you?
No, I don't know. When's her
May
birthday?
4th,
May 4th.
1999.
Nope, she's older than me.
She's older than you, but younger than me. She's in between us both.
That's something for you
Betwixt
guys at
us
home.
both.
That's just a fun little fact for you guys at home.
How old are you, Jackson?
I'm 24.
How old am I?
You're 25.
Correct. That's why you'll notice an obvious maturity gap in the two of us when we're sat here. You know, just probably quite obvious, but you know, just to
If you were to look at me and then look at you,
looks wise. But
You
once
look
they hear
like
me
a boy.
talking, once they hear me talking,
you look like you've
know,
just finished the old high school.
Right, get your cowboy hat out.
Fresh
you
little
fucking-
boy.
I was going to say a bad word just then.
If I was a pedophile, which I'm not, I would still probably want to touch you.
Oh, thanks. Is that
That's
why you're
how
touching?
fresh
Is
you
that
look.
why you always touch
That's
me?
how fresh. I'm
Look,
cutting you
hey,
off because I don't want
I'm
to
a
hear
young
what
guy.
you've got
All right, I'm a young guy. You're a retard.
to say. I've aged poorly.
You've got the education level of what? Like,
An 8-year-old.
yeah.
My reading level is that of an 8.5-year-old.
You remind me of Rain Man.
Rain Man, a beautiful mind.
Anyway, that's enough about us. I think we've called this pretty steadily. I just want to take a quick look at the flyweight division
We've
of
called
the
it
UFC.
steadily.
The
women's
UFC.
flyweight, the gal division.
I don't know whether you're a big fan of MMA Guru, by the way.
Why?
But I just don't know. Are you? Like, have
He's
you watched
alright,
many of
yeah.
his videos? Have you noticed when he says UFC, he says UFC?
No,
It gets to me whenever he says it. The UFC.
bit of a sapper kind of thing.
I think it's just his nasally
Oh.
way he speaks, but
The
he's not a
UFC
sapper.
flyweight division.
UFC.
UFC.
Dana in the UFC. It's kind of annoying, but
Nice.
look, Blanchfield's set there at
Two
number
versus
2, 2
three.
versus 3. This is a great matchup. Obvious number one contender fight right here. For sure, this is number one contender fight.
the show.
For sure. Yeah, and it's just crazy because we've got obviously Rose Namajunas is a big star, not even in the rankings, fighting Amanda Ribas, who's number 8,
Mhm.
and that's also a main event. It's like, what are you? So crap.
Yeah,
Sick of it.
yeah.
I'm
It's
sick of it.
trash. They're just trying to milk as many main events out of her as possible, even though she's not a champion anymore.
Yeah,
Even though she doesn't have that exciting draw that she used to.
not quite.
But we'll see. I mean, maybe Rebas will bring out an exciting fight.
I heard
well,
that
no,
that-
she has. That
She
was
has.
an exciting
she
fight,
did.
wasn't it? Yeah.
I heard
We're
that,
talking about this after the fight happened.
We are, guys. It was a good fight. I'm glad that it happened the way it did. I heard that that's why Pat Barry actually liked Namajunas in the first place. An
Why?
exciting draw. She was a good drawer.
Oh, with crayons.
Preschool, yeah.
And like marble. Did you do that at preschool? Did you do marble drawings?
No.
You cover, yeah. That's
oh, yeah,
that
yeah.
memory
I did,
just came
actually,
back
yeah.
to me.
You put paint on them.
Yeah, I
and shit,
never
yeah.
thought about that since it happened
5 years ago.
5 years
Yeah,
ago.
you were.
Just before I reached
Look, he's
my
24, but he was kept back about
8.5-year-old
10 years at
yeah.
school. I wanted to talk about your time in an Indian prison.
Okay.
Tell me about it.
Well, are you saying from what happened at my work today?
No.
And
Just
there was shit
tell
on
me.
the gr-
Have you been in an Indian prison?
Yes.
Okay.
Look, I don't know why.
I'm trying to set up a joke, but it's not
Okay,
like-
no, I haven't.
but you've been in an Indian.
No, I haven't. Also,
Oh, okay. I heard it today. I thought it was going to work,
What?
but I don't know.
can you? What was I supposed to say?
I've never been in an Indian prison.
I've never been.
I
in
have
an
been in an
prison.
Indian.
But I
don't
haven't
know.
been
It's
in
supposed-
an
It's supposed to be
Indian.
funny. It's not that funny, really.
Is
Is
that
it?
if I'd had intercourse with an Indian person?
I guess. Yeah.
But I haven't.
Moving
Nor-
on. Moving on. So we've given our predictions for this fight. Jackson hasn't been in an Indian.
Maybe now I want to go to
It's a
an
bit of
Indian
a tongue
prison.
twister. Try and say that.
Indian prison.
No, have you ever been in an Indian?
Have you ever been in an Indian?
Been in an Indian.
Been in an Indian?
It's like a fucking Honda Civic.
Have you ever been in an Indian?
Been in an Indian. So moving on. Co-main event. We have Vicente Luque versus Joaquin Buckley. Buckley replacing the Joaquin Buckley replacing the injured Sean Brady. It was supposed to be Vicente Luque versus Sean Brady, which would have been a good matchup as well.
When did he pull out?
It's a bit of a personal question, mate. You'll have to ask
No,
him.
when did he pull out of the fight?
I think it was recently.
Was that going to be the main event?
No, I don't think so.
That would have made more sense.
Why?
I don't know. It's just
Because they're men.
a bigger fight. Yeah.
Uh,
Sean Brady's a.
quite a while ago it got pulled. So
Right.
yeah, Buckley stepped in, saved the card.
Buckley's not ranked, is he?
I don't think so. No, he is.
Is he?
Wait, let me find their division.
Walter White.
Walter White.
Joaquin Narbol.
Oh no, he's not. So yeah, good opportunity for Buckley. This could be a good fight. I'm pretty excited for this one.
So Vicente Luque went from about to fight Ian Gary to then about to fight Sean Brady, and now he's fighting a non-ranked guy.
You got a feel for him.
Yeah. Yeah, you do. I mean, it wasn't his fault that Ian Gary pulled out last minute, like literally 2 days before they were supposed to fight, because he couldn't handle the press conference. Oh, no, sorry. He got pneumonia. Yeah, that's what happened.
He got pneumonia from being around too many horrible people. Poor Ian. But no, yeah, Vicente Luque versus Buckley. I think we're going to see a knockout in this one.
Yeah?
I'm pretty confident about that.
Who is getting knocked out, Kobe?
One of them. I'd say it's probably going to either be Luque or Buckley. Nah, I think...
I hope that gets clipped and then I can make fun of you.
This guy's like
online.
talking to a brick wall.
Yeah.
Definition. Talking to a brick wall. So, Vicente Luque's seen better days. He's... I don't know, he seems more timid. I think it was ever since the Wonder Boy fight.
It was a while ago.
It was a while ago.
He went on a bit of a win streak after that.
He did.
He beat some big names.
He did.
So, lost to Jeff Neal.
That was the only loss since then. But
That's funny because he also lost to that guy.
the guy who should have a title shot.
That guy, Bilal. Muhammad.
Bilal Muhammad. He did lose to Bilal and Jeff Neal, but then he came back and he beat RDA, who came up from lightweight. He's obviously been doing a bit of hopping back and forward between lightweight and welterweight. So I think experience will win here over the explosive striking of Joaquin Buckley. We've seen him go back and forward as well.
We have.
He's never been able to like solidify himself as a contender.
But he's a good staple to have in that welterweight division.
Yeah, he's great fun. He's great fun, and he's riding a 2-fight win streak.
Most famously known for that knockout of the guy who's now the PFL champ.
Impa Kasanyanga.
Yeah, that one. When he did that spinny thing with his foot.
No, it's Impa Kasanganai.
Yeah, that's what I said.
You didn't say. You
No, I
didn't even
said
try to say anything.
I said that.
I said it.
Everyone knows that I said that.
Anyway, he has been,
He's been so
bit
active,
of a traffic-like fighter. Very active. He's one of those kind of guys. Look, he's got all the athleticism to be something absolutely great.
Mhm.
He kind of lacks the wrestling and the jiu-jitsu game to maybe hang with the top guys. So we might see some wrestling coming into this one. If Joaquin Buckley is successful on the feet, we might see Vicente Luque try and take him down. We know he's got a very good submission game. But I think we're going to see a knockout, and I think probably in the third round, Vicente Luque is going to finish him on the feet.
Yeah, Buckley does slow
TKO.
down sometimes, doesn't he?
He does.
He's got a lot of muscle mass. You know, once the blood is all stuck in those arms, and you got nothing left in your head.
Yeah.
And your lungs. And your cock.
I agree. What's your thoughts? Who do you think is going to win this fight?
I also agree with you on this one. I think Luque is going to, hopefully, because I would like to see him fight another top contender.
He deserves it.
Yeah, he deserves it. He's in the top 15 for a reason.
Yeah.
He's been booked against two guys that are also in the top 15 for a reason. And unfortunately, both guys have pulled out. And yeah, this is the fight that he's
ended up
been
with.
pushed into. And I think it's a good chance for him to prove himself and solidify his spot.
100%. I thought he had a good chance against Ian Gary, if I'm completely honest.
No, I agree with you. And I think Jeff Neal confirmed that.
Yeah.
Like that maybe Ian Gary isn't as good as he said. Like, even though he won that fight.
Ian Gary
didn't look all that great.
Little baby.
Little boy.
P-head.
3 lies about Ian Gary.
Oh, God. Don't even talk about that. Fucking hell. Moving on. We've got Chris Weidman versus Bruno Silva. I'm not too happy about this fight, if I'm completely honest.
They better think about having a coffin at the side of the octagon for this one, because I think this is where we see Weidman pass away, tragically.
I think so too. It's not good. Bruno Silva's a tough outing for everyone that fights him. He went to decision against Alex Pereira. Mm-hmm. He did lose, but he had moments in that fight.
Yeah, and not many people
have
moments against Alex Pereira.
No. Unless you're top of the food chain.
Especially at middleweight.
Yeah. No, exactly, right? So Chris hasn't been given the easiest of opponents. Obviously, being Chris Weidman, you have to kind of give him a top guy because of his history.
Former champ.
But ever since he lost to Chris Weidman, to Luke Rockhold, he's just never been the same. He's took a lot of damage. He obviously had that leg break. He didn't look good at all against Tavares.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I can see him getting knocked out here. Unless he can start wrestling early, take him down, get him down, hold him down. I don't think he's going to do that. I think we're going to see him get finished in the first round.
Yeah, and Tavares just showed last time that he's still not over that leg break. I mean, he just went out there and just kept punishing that leg for 3 rounds.
And he injured his leg.
Yeah.
So, yeah, not so happy about this one.
At what point does he hang it up? He's now 15-7. He's had a great career. He's had an awesome career.
But he's 39, and he's taken so much damage, including a terrible double leg break. It's just not. I don't know. I'd love
Double
to see him
leg
get
break.
a win. Yeah, because both of the bones snapped.
Oh.
I'd love to see him get a win and then ride off into the sunset. And I think that's what he wants. He's just like, right.
Wants to finish on a win, yeah.
Finish on a win. Similar to like a Tony Ferguson.
Go out in a high. But how long do you wait? Do you know what I mean? Do you wait until you're 15-15?
Exactly. Tony Ferguson, when he, before he lost to Gaethje, was, I think, 24-2. He's now 24-9.
It's not looking good, is it?
It's not looking good. And we don't want to see the same happen to Weidman. I'm sick of seeing all these legends go out and absolutely tank their career and kill their legacy towards the end because,
Because that's the problem with MMA. You're remembered by your last fight. You're only as good as your last performance.
Mm-hmm.
And if you continue to fight once you're past your prime, once your chin is gone, once your legs are gone, sorry, Chris, but that's what you're going to be remembered by. Not by the guy who knocked out Anderson Silva in his prime.
Exactly. Chris, I hope he's not doing it for money because that would suck. If he really needs money or something and he's like, I've got to fight, like that would suck. I really hope that's not the case. Look, we all want to see Chris get a win here, but I'm calling it round 1 TKO KO
Is
by
he
Bruno
198
Silva.
centimeters? Does it say, oh no,
Reach.
sorry.
He's got a good reach.
Very good.
And he's got
reach.
good boxing. Like he could keep him at the end of his jab, Bruno Silva. And Bruno Silva's not the top of the top,
No.
but I know he's got knockout power. And
when he shows up, he shows up.
yeah,
When he shows up, he shows out. You know what
when
I'm
he
saying?
shows up, he gets hard, rock hard.
Okay.
And then again, I wouldn't say Bruno Silva's anywhere as good as Brad Tavares, probably. And he is on a pretty decent
Well, he beat Brad
losing
Tavares.
streak. Oh, he did. Yeah, then why the fuck are they giving it?
TKO.
This
Not
matchmaking
too
doesn't really
fast,
make too much sense. I'm not looking forward to this one. I'm intrigued by it, but I'm not looking forward to it. I'll be on the edge of my seat just hoping for Chris.
What is Chris Weidman's recent record?
Let's pull that up.
Ooh.
Similar kind of skid. Obviously last fight to Brad Tavares. Before that it was Uriah Hall.
That was the leg break.
The leg break. That was coming up 3 years ago now. And then before that he did get one win. And then, a
Against
couple
who?
losses. Amari Akhremagdokol.
We all know that guy.
Where's he now?
What's he doing?
What's he doing? What's he up to? Oh, this guy.
Ah,
He's in the PFL.
why do I recognize him?
Yeah, so do I.
I had a beer one time.
I think I did too.
Yeah.
But anyway, moving on down the card. Let me pull up the fight card again. So after Weidman, before Weidman, we've got Ruzebyov versus Dumas. Interesting fight here. that we've got.
Dumbass.
Nice. What's that for, mate?
That's his name, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Black. The white guy's called Black. His nickname is Black. And then the black guy's nickname is White.
What?
No, it's not.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, Ruzebyov.
Joe Rogan's in there. Or just black guy, John's white guy.
Oh my god. So this is his second fight in the UFC. He's had a very storied career before the UFC. 41 fights. This will be his 42nd fight. And this is only his second fight in the UFC.
Wow,
And he's only 30.
that's incredible, isn't
Yeah,
it?
that's quite.
That's
It
what
makes
you
you
get
wonder.
from having a crazy nickname like that.
Yeah, Black. 2 draws, 2 no contests.
Right, did you say 41 fights?
Oh, well, yeah, true. I
Oh,
didn't include
He's got
those.
45
fights at the age of 30. Jesus. That's impressive. That's consistency right there. So he's fighting Damas.
The Reaper.
The Reaper.
This guy looks like a SoundCloud rapper.
He does, actually.
He's got the tattoos of a SoundCloud. He looks like 21 Savage,
He does. That's his nickname. The Reaper.
who has
Stealing Roberts'
10
nickname.
fights.
He's got 10 fights. 4
years of
TKOs,
age.
2 submissions, 3 decisions. So, he's obviously got some power. He's got the ability to finish people on the ground.
What's this guy up to?
And then
Submitting people.
many submissions. So I'm going to call it. I'm going to go Razibiov via submission in the first round. I think this could be a finishing card.
Yeah,
This could be a decent card.
it appears so.
What's your thoughts on that? I know you've been avidly awaiting this fight.
I want to see Dumas get it done.
Knockout?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, cool.
I think
You think Dumas is going to get it done?
Yeah.
This could be an interesting one. These guys, depending on who wins, maybe they'll make a bit of a splash in the middleweight division. We'll have to see. Finishes. Moving on down the card, we've got a featherweight bout. Kyle Nelson is fighting Bill Algio. Sorry. Another interesting bout.
is it?
Is it? Is it?
Who are these blokes?
Let's have a wee peek.
Oh, they're pretty tall for featherweight.
Just to let you guys know, we are casuals. We don't do our research.
We're doing our research right now as we're talking.
Oh, we beat Alexander Hernandez. That's an impressive victory.
It's a good one.
TJ Brown, he lost to Andre Philly, but split decision. Herbert Burns, so Gilbert Burns' brother, he beat.
Herbert.
Kyle Nelson, he's had a bit of a storied career.
The monster.
Also on a bit of a win streak. Draw with Do Ho Choi. I like that guy quite a lot, Do Ho Choi.
He's a good fella. Now welcome Do Ho Choi. The Korean Superboy Do Ho Choi.
Yeah, he had one of the greatest fights of all time.
Yeah?
With Cub Swanson.
Oh, okay.
That was on my list.
Was too.
So, Kyle, known for his TKOs and submissions and a couple of decisions as well. Bit of a mixed bag kind of fighter, this guy.
Breakdown there, yeah.
He's been in the UFC for a little while now. I don't know how we don't know more about this guy.
He's named after a little town in
He's from there.
the South Island.
That's why it's
of New
Senior
Zealand.
Perfecto. A bit of a submission guy, Senior Perfecto. But, he did win his last one by decision. I think we're going to see a decision. Bill Algio. Yeah. What about yourself? Fake it till you make it, mate.
Yeah, well, I mean, Algio's coming off the more impressive one, isn't he? He's got more experience, but I like Kyle Nelson.
Do you? Oh,
Yeah.
that's lovely. I'm glad you like him.
No, he's a good bloke. I think I heard.
Cool.
We
You
had
know
a
him, do
big
you?
night on the town one time.
You and Nelson,
Yeah, me and Kyle
Nelly, we
Nello.
call him. Okay, cool. You're going with Kyle Nelson. I'm going with Bill Algio. Moving on.
Swab my cock.
No, that's your doctor's job, mate. Moving on, we have the final fight of the main card.
That's last week's card.
That's last week's card. What
Yeah,
am I
because
on
that
about?
has happened
That one's
already, but you must have
happened.
clicked on it by accident.
Joe Kaino versus Reese McGee.
McKee.
What are your thoughts on this one, Jackson?
Sheedy.
Break it down for me.
Shitty.
Shidi and Joe Kano.
Jokani. Jokwani. Jokuani. Shitty. Jokuani.
Break it down for me. Tell me what's going to happen.
Break it down. Shitty is going in there with a bit more XP. He's got 22 fights.
Oh.
I don't know.
This one's going to be a knockout.
You don't know either.
Yeah, I do, mate.
You do. Chitty
14
Bang
knockouts
Bang.
for Chitty Bang Bang. And he's fighting a man
He's on a three-fight
skid.
losing streak.
Not looking good, but he's been paired up with Reese McKee, Skeletor, the younger man, who lost his last fight by decision. I don't know what to pick here. I think I'm going to go with Reese by TKO in round 2.
I'm going to call this one as a decision because so far we've made everything.
Actually, I'll do the same. Reese by decision for me.
I'm going to go with the other guy.
Shitty
Bang
and
Bang.
Kajou. Okay, guys.
That is that. Well done.
So that's the main card. We'll skim briefly over the preliminaries because we like to do that. Nate Landwehr is always fun. He's the headliner of the prelims. He's fun. You like him?
Yeah. Good guy.
What's his thing? He reminds me of Quaid.
We went go-karting one time.
Yeah.
I let him win because I was scared of him being a massive featherweight.
So do you like Landwehr? Like, honestly?
Just spilt your drink on yourself.
Just a tiny bit.
A dribble.
Looks like a whiz.
You've already finished it.
Yeah.
You're going crazy.
Quite like it. Yeah, Landwehr. We've got Julio Arce. Hilbert Burns is on this card, so Gilbert Burns' brother.
Herbert Burns.
Herbert Burns. Werner Jikenjogen. She's the one who looks like I can't remember.
Oh, Rosas Jr.
Right, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Dylan Dennis got her mistaken for Roadhouse Jr. on Ariel Helwani's show because Helwani, for some reason, has a picture of her in his studio. He's like, oh, this guy, I'm better than this guy. I'll fight this guy. So, she does actually look a lot like him.
That second photo, yeah, that's crazy.
So Raul Rojas Jr. is fighting this weekend. His fight got cancelled the other week.
Division.
So he's fighting in the women's
Cockeye
Cockeye division. Well,
yeah, he still hasn't fought.
Still hasn't fought since then. So
crazy.
All right, guys, moving on. We're going to do a little bit of a breakdown. Roadhouse, the remake.
Review.
Something new to the show. We're going to do a movie review.
Maybe we should. That's another segment we could do. We could.
No.
Why?
There's
We
not
can
that
watch-
many MMA movies.
Yeah, there's a few.
There's a couple.
Well, there's not. They don't have to be MMA movies, but they could just be fighting movies.
Okay.
Let us know down below, Jack and Zach.
Jack and Zach, would you like a movie review around fighting movies? Jack, get the hotly botley, put it in the bed, warm it up.
Have you seen? Okay.
You won't understand.
No,
It's
probably not.
an inside joke.
Have you seen the original Roadhouse?
No.
Oh.
Good.
So you're a casual. You're a casual.
Have you watched it?
Yeah, I have actually.
When did you watch it?
Probably 2 months ago.
Patrick Swayze.
Yeah,
Which one's better?
definitely the first one.
Was it anything similar?
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff. You know, when they're in the hospital and he's getting stitched up with that knife wound, and she's like, asks him, she's like, oh, do you win many fights? And he's like, no one wins a fight. I called that line. I was sitting there watching it, and then she said that, and I'm like, no one wins a fight. And then he said that, and everyone looked at me, they're like, what the fuck? I'm like, yeah, I was just out of the first one. And then the other stuff, there wasn't really many similarities. The thing that really fucked me off is that they just had to keep saying Roadhouse throughout the whole movie. Like, no, just name the place something else and call the movie Roadhouse. How many times is that a thing?
Was it called Roadhouse in the original?
Yeah. Oh, no, I don't know if it was called Roadhouse in the original. I can't remember that, but
So was it the same kind of thing? This guy is a good fighter. He goes to defend this Roadhouse, and then
yeah, but the
fixes
thing in the
their
first
issue.
one is he was like, that's what he did for a job.
He was a bounty.
Yeah,
like
he was just a
bouncer.
really good bouncer.
Right.
And then he knew other really good bouncers. And the other really good bouncer was played by Sam Neill, which was quite funny because Sam Neill was like the same guy as he is now. And this was made in the 80s. And he still had that real deep voice. And he came
Was Sam Neill in this one as well?
No, but there was no one that played the role of Sam Neill, which annoyed me. I wanted there to be an older
Was he
guy.
like the co-bouncer?
Yeah, he was like
Yeah.
the other best bouncer in the region. And he's like, he
Yeah.
taught Patrick Swayze everything he knew about being a bouncer. And yeah.
It was
But-
an interesting spin on this that Jake Gyllenhaal was like an ex-UFC fighter, but he'd killed someone in the octagon and he'd been like scorned.
But they didn't go into that enough.
No, I thought they should have got into that more.
In the first one, right, there was this thing where this guy came to this town to be the bouncer at the pub, and they're like, did you hear what he did? He ripped someone's throat out. And everyone's like, what? No, And
Did he
they're
actually do it?
And they're like, he ripped someone's throat out. And that was something that was like talking about the whole time. And then at the end of the movie, he rips someone's throat out.
He actually does.
Yeah. And
There was something about that in the movie. Like, are we going to rip someone's throat out? I heard someone talk about that. And that was like a thing that didn't happen, or, you know.
Yeah, I wanted that to happen. I was waiting for the throat rip out part. I was waiting for Jake Gyllenhaal to rip out Conor's throat. That's what I wanted to happen.
Yeah.
But no, he put him in a rear naked choke and then stabbed
Not a very
him
good one.
with some wood. No, it was. It was not a good rear naked choke. Conor McGregor still hasn't learnt to defend his neck.
Yeah, I was like, if he finishes him by a rear naked choke, this is fucking hilarious.
But man, it was the CGI and all the fight scenes.
Yeah, that was a bit disappointing. I enjoyed the action. I'm not going to lie, I enjoyed the action.
Why do you employ a mixed martial artist as an actor if you're just going to make the fight scenes CGI?
Well, it wasn't all CGI. There was a
No.
lot of stuff. Apparently, Conor did all of his own stunts, which is quite impressive, for someone who's brand new to it. I thought the fight scenes were the best part. Like, there was a lot of action, a lot of cool fighting. You could tell Conor was Conor, like in the way he moved.
Yeah.
He looked like stuck in the
He
mud.
looked like he was playing himself.
Yeah. He looked like boxing Conor.
Mm-hmm.
And I also noticed, like, in a few of the ground transitions, you could see his black belt in jiu-jitsu playing a part there.
Wow.
I just noticed the way he flowed around, he was pretty, like, you could tell he was like actually doing jiu-jitsu.
Okay.
It wasn't just acting jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
So that was kind of cool. And then in the last scene, I thought it was corny. The actors were shit. Jake Gyllenhaal wasn't very good. Conor made the whole movie for me.
Dude, Jake Gyllenhaal, I don't know why he has this massive, like, who was it that said, one of my flatmates was like, oh God, this movie is going to negatively stain his career. I'm like, he was fucked in the ass by Heath Ledger for like an hour and a half.
To be fair.
Huh?
To be fair, if Heath Ledger was like, "Mate, can I fuck you?" You'd say yes.
Okay. Either way, that was on a movie, on a world stage.
Yeah, and that kind of set him up for his whole career at that point.
Have you seen the other movies that he's been in? What other good Jake Gyllenhaal movies have you seen? Sorry, I don't mean other. What good Jake Gyllenhaal movies have you seen?
I like him. I'm just trying to remember what ones I have seen.
See, he is a likable guy.
I've never actually watched Brokeback Mountain.
Neither.
Donnie Darko. I fucking love Donnie Darko.
Southpaw. Those are good.
I've never watched Southpaw. I'll watch Southpaw if you watch Donnie Darko.
What's Donnie Darko about?
It's like a psychological thriller about. Have you watched Butterfly Effect? With
I don't think so.
Daniel Kutcher. What's his
Ashton
name?
Kutcher.
Ashton Kutcher. He's in it. It's similar to that. It's fucking great.
I've
It's
seen
actually
Nightcrawler.
amazing.
That was a weird one.
You gotta promise me that you're gonna watch Donnie Darko.
Is it a fighting movie?
No.
Then why do I need to watch it?
I want you to watch it because
Fine.
this is more from like a friend saying you got to watch this movie.
Sick, man.
Donnie Darko. That's probably my favorite one of his. Yeah, I've not seen a lot of these movies. I think I've seen The Day
Spider-Man.
After Tomorrow, maybe.
What was he in Spider-Man? Was he a villain in Spider-man?
Where is
Far
it?
From Home. Is
Mysterio.
that a villain?
I think I've watched this movie. Oh, so he's like a main guy in Spider-Man.
Okay.
I haven't. Have you watched Brokeback Mountain?
No.
No, neither.
Should we watch it together?
Zodiac.
I'll bring my hat.
Never wear that hat around me while we're watching a gay movie about cowboys.
I've been watching another
I've not
cowboy
watched all
show
that many movies for the minute.
now that I got Amazon Prime.
Yeah, of course you fucking have.
It's called 1883, and it's the prequel to Yellowstone.
Ah, you're
It's
just
when
addicted, aren't you?
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Either way,
Jackson thinks he's a cowboy, by the way.
it's like
Just to let you know,
it's a dream.
a gay cowboy.
No,
He thinks he's a gay
It's a dream of
Down
mine
syndrome cowboy. That's what
to
he
go
wants to be.
and wrangle cattle. You know,
No. When has that ever been your dream? Let's be real.
since I started watching Yellowstone,
All right, fucking.
that's why I bought my
Jake.
hat.
All right.
And I started listening to country music, and then I was like, I need to watch a show like this. And then I started watching Yellowstone, and half of the songs from my country music playlist were already in Yellowstone. I was like, hey, maybe this is a bit of me.
Fair enough. I maybe I'll watch Yellowstone. Maybe I'll give that a watch.
Good show.
I need a new show. But Roadhouse, I'd give it serves a purpose. It's corny. It's full of action. The acting's pretty terrible from everyone.
There was no tits.
No tits. Conor, I honestly think did well for how high profile of a part that was, and in how high profile the movie was for his acting debut. I thought he did pretty fucking well. I'm pretty impressed with that.
I think if Conor's going to be an actor moving forward, which he probably isn't, he's shown that he can't really commit to any sort of career choice he makes. But if he were going to, I think he needs to start out with some smaller roles, because it did.
He's been in COD.
Yeah.
That was a small role.
That was voice acting, though.
You've
and
also been in COD, haven't you?
fucking a fish.
Yeah.
That's why am I all of a sudden the victim of these Indian and fish fucking jokes?
Do you like having wait. I've got a good one.
Oh, great.
Do you like English beer?
No.
So you don't like having a lukewarm hand pull on a cold evening?
Is there anything else we can talk about today?
What
else
Well,
has
again,
happened?
Roadhouse. We haven't really finished talking about it. Let's summarize. What are your thoughts overall?
I reckon you should watch the first one, and then because it will disappoint you so much. Sorry, the second one will disappoint you so much once you've seen the first one.
Maybe I will.
Because the first one was corny without the cringe. It had all these weird lines like my favorite piece of dialogue from that movie was, I used to fuck guys like you in prison. That's my favorite.
What about, hey fellas? Did you not like that line?
Thanks for the food.
Hope you're all having a smashing night.
That was my favorite bit was when what was that? Where did he go? And someone gave him a free meal. He's like,
the sandwiches.
Thanks for the food.
Is that Conor?
No, that was Jake Gyllenhaal.
I can't remember. I remember Conor arriving and he's like, I'm going to need more sandwiches.
Yeah, that was cringe.
It was cringe.
The movie was cringe.
I enjoyed it.
That's my problem.
I enjoyed it because Post Malone was kind of weird. I didn't know that was a thing. Post Malone.
And why was he in it for like 2 seconds?
I don't know. And then it's a movie, a hype movie, basically.
Okay. I'll summarize it quickly. They needed to have more information on Dalton's
UFC background.
Yeah, his background.
Yep.
Because there was only flashes of it and it didn't really give you a full picture.
Yeah. No one actually knew that he'd killed the guy until kind of understood that at the very end, like towards the very end.
Not really.
But they didn't show him like dying or anything. It was
No.
just a UFC fight.
Mm-hmm. So they needed more of that. They needed less of McGregor, dialogue-wise. He could have just been muscle and that would have been fine and been in some fight scenes. They needed to put more budget into the CGI if they were going to use that for throughout the whole film.
I thought it wasn't too bad.
And the rest of the cast just needed to not seem like NPCs. And then it would have been all right.
Yeah, the NPC vibe from like I say, it
That
felt
chick
like I was
from the
playing
bookstore.
Fallout 4. Yeah, and the Roadhouse owner as well.
Yeah.
Have you ever played? It's not Fallout. Have you ever played Far Cry?
No.
Well, that's exactly how the NPCs act.
Yeah.
Exactly to the T. Like the way that they move, the way they talk. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just... Look, there was a lot of stuff missing from that movie. It seemed rushed.
It did seem pretty rushed. And it was like filled with cameos, like hype cameos and this and that. Again, I didn't mind it. I didn't think it was shit. It serves a purpose, action, corny, was a bit cringe. The acting was pretty average, but it is what it is. What? Yeah. Anything else?
We'll be back next week with our review on Brokeback Mountain.
We will. Maybe you're going to see some Brokeback action. Maybe not. I guess that's it. That's it. That's what we've got to talk about for the week. Look, guys, I hope you enjoy this upcoming fight night. Oh yeah, fuck! I
got a
almost
review.
forgot. Dr. Pepper Cherry.
Have you heard of James Acaster? He's a British comedian.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of him,
No?
but I have heard of him.
He describes Dr. Pepper as a sexy battery. And I think that is quite quite prominent in on my taste buds at the moment.
Yeah, the aftertaste is odd. There's a weird aftertaste, but the initial pre-taste / during taste is good. I actually quite like it. But yeah, it's a weird aftertaste.
Immediate aftertaste as well.
Yeah. Weird.
I want to say it tastes like licorice, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
I mean,
I want to say it tastes like cherry, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
Got that weird cherry kind of taste-ish, I guess, but like...
You can't explain it.
No. And I'm not going to try. Look, I want to put this around the middle of the park kind of thing. I don't hate it. Maybe just above Chupa Chup Grape.
We can't keep doing that. So far, in the last probably 4 or 5 drinks, we've put them either below Chupa Chup Grape or above Chupa Chup Grape. We've got to stop comparing everything
Right,
to
let's
Chupa
put it
Chup
below
Grape.
hemp.
I agree with that.
Thanks.
Hemp was quite a nice, tasty
That's pretty
beverage,
good.
and so is this.
Cool.
God, I'm
Are we
guessing
agree?
now. We're in agreement. Above aloe vera and below
Dr. Pepper
hemp.
Cherry. Maybe we'll try the original at some point. You know, see what that's like. Well, that wraps it up. We've been Combat Corner. My name's Kobe. My name's Jackson.
You've been listening the whole time.
You've been the listeners. Hope you guys have a wonderful day.
You've
wonderful
been
evening.
enjoying it.
You've been enjoying it.
So you should
You're
like
going to
it.
send us some money in the mail.
Subscribe to the Patreon.
Subscribe to my OnlyFans. Check out our other content.
Subscribe to my ass.
Subscribe to Brokeback Mountain's asshole. And we'll see you next time.
Swab my cock.
Is there anything else you need to get off your chest?
That was it.
That's it. All right. See you guys.